a chucker, eh?
Alright, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Sharp Hand Path. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and today we have an unboxing to do, and it is of the second volume of the Shaw Brothers Classic set from Shout Factory. Pretty excited for this one, as if you've been watching the other videos, you know that they're not quite my thing because they're mostly sword fighting. So this one, I am really hoping that it is not all sword fighting and it gets to a little bit of hand-to-hand combat. That'd be nice. A lot of them do take place, I think, in 1972 though. So I might have to put up with a little bit of sword fighting, but I think the ones that get a little later in the 70s are more hand-to-hand combat, or at least might use different weapons than a sword. So yeah, let's open this up and talk about some of the more anticipated films on here and check out what it looks like on the inside. All right, here it is. Finally in from Shout Factory themselves. Was originally going to get this from Amazon, but they sold out. So I guess we're doing payments through a firm or whatever it is, through Shout Factory. You know, I don't know if I said it last time or not with the other Shout Factory Shaw Brothers box set, but kind of over them charging crazy amounts for duties, because this time they charge $40 for duties. So they basically wanted 20 bucks per 100 that you spend, not in Canada. But here we go. Let's take it out. If I can get my fingers in there. Oh boy. Here we go. Should be part 2. Yep. Shaw Brothers Classics, Volume 2. That's all the movies in there. But, yep. Came nicely packaged. That's probably the receipt. Yep. Alright, let's take it to the main room and review it a little further. Alright, so there's the unboxing, but let's open it up in real time here now that we're in this room. Oh yes, very nice. So here we go. Here's Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 2. This is the gray box. I try to keep the cellophane on though, just to protect the art on the box a little bit better, but I tape it on the inside so these are still able to come out like this. So let's check them out. The first one is Lady of Steel and Brothers 5. Lady of Steel looks like it's another Chang Pei Pei flick. Yup. Definitely is. And Brothers 5 also has Chang Pei Pei in it and Lo Lei. So it looks like we're continuing off some Chang Pei Pei and Lo Lei films from the last set as well. So that's the back. Let's check out the inside here. Some nice disc artwork. That's the one for Lady of Steel. And there's Brothers 5. Let's take out the back and I'll show you the artwork. So here we go. There's the Lady of Steel artwork with Chang Pei Pei on the horse. And there's Brothers 5 with the brothers in question and Chang Pei Pei with the hat at the top fighting the villain, I guess, with the giant staff sword. That's kind of cool. So yeah, that's the art for this one. Well, I'd say out of these two, I might be more interested in the Brothers 5, but I'm always up for a Chang Pei Pei film to see how it goes. She's a really good actress in the Shaw Brothers lineup of actors. Maybe it won't be too much sword stuff, but I can already tell from the back there, every bloody one of those dudes has a sword, so it looks like there might be some sword play going on here. And both of these films are from 1970. Let's check out the next DVDs in the set. Next up is the Crimson Charm and the Shadow Whip. Now those are definitely interesting titles for sure. I'm sure the Crimson Charm is either the name of a person or a MacGuffin or both. And the Shadow Whip probably has someone that has a whip. So that's how it goes with a lot of these films. They're fairly literal, unless the name of the movie is The Invincible Fist, in which there's no punching, which is so weird. Here's the back. Doesn't look like there's anyone too popular from the Crimson Charm. Chang Pei Pei is in the Shadow Whip. Lo Wei is in the Shadow Whip. So we got them teaming up again in it. So that's cool. Interesting that Lo Wei is acting in this one, because it's normally Lo Lei that's doing the acting, and Lo Wei is normally doing the directing. But that's cool, I guess, that he's in this. Let's check out the disc art. So there we go. There's the Shadow Whip and the Crimson Charm artwork. Let's check out the posters on the inside. There we go. There's the Crimson Charm. And a nice look at the Shadow Whip. So from reading the back here, it seems like the Crimson Charm and the Shadow Whip are going to have a lot of swordplay. But they are from 1970 and 1972 respectively, so I guess it's to be expected in these, but I'm hoping some of the further ones down the line don't have as much. Let's move on to the next ones. Next in the list is Delightful Forest and the Devil's Mirror. I hear the Delightful Forest is part of some sort of trilogy. I didn't really look it up, so I can't really tell you too much about it, but I will probably have to look up and see what the significance of it is later. But here's the discs for the Delightful Forest and the Devil's Mirror. Nice that they're not exactly the same as the posters, but we'll pull out the poster and take a look. I guess there's zoomed in parts of it. I guess that's what a lot of these are. But yeah, so here's the Delightful Forest, and there's the Devil's Mirror. So these two are from 1972, both of them. There seems to be a bit of a MacGuffin with the Devil's Mirror, and the Delightful Forest is the name of a restaurant in the Delightful Forest. But I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of swordplay in this one too, because a lot of them are armed with swords. I am just hoping that the stories are better in these ones than the first set, and perhaps maybe there's some hand-to-hand combat mixed in with some swordplay with these. Because yeah, the first 6 films here aren't looking too promising, but I don't know. The Shadow Whip sounds interesting enough. The Devil's Mirror sounds fairly interesting. Maybe the Crimson Charm, I don't know. It's hard to really set my anticipation level with these, because some of the titles in the last set were really cool too, but a lot of them turned out to be meh. Alright, moving on to the last 3 cases here. This one is Man of Iron and the Water Margin. I think the Water Margin might have something to do with the Delightful Forest, but again, I'm not sure if that's part of the trilogy or not. I think I heard that the third part, or one of the parts of the trilogy, isn't in this set. I guess odd that they didn't put all 3 in here, but let's check out the disc, see what their art is like. So here are the discs. There's Man of Iron, and there is the Water Margin. Let's check out the posters. Alright, so there's the poster for Man of Iron, and there's the poster for the Water Margin. Fairly distinctly different. I know a lot of the posters and the way everything kind of looked in the last set was fairly samey as well. If you watched my tier listing, it was hard to tell the difference between the cover art, A, because it was blurry and on my TV, and B, because they all looked really similar. All right, so the cool thing about this is in the Man of Iron is Cheng Quan Tai, so the guy from King Boxer is in that, so that's really neat. And then in the water margin, we've got T Lung. So if you're a fan of T Lung, he's in that. These were both made in 1972 as well. And from reading the back, it seems like there might be less swordplay and more fighting and like hand-to-hand combat. So yeah, maybe the last 3 sets of movies will be better. We will see though. All right, second last case. This one has The Bride from Hell and Heroes 2. So there's the front cover there. I feel like that's Alexander Fu Sheng. And he's not normally in any sword fighting things, so hopefully it's hand-to-hand combat, even though I'm not really the biggest fan of Alexander Fu Sheng. I'll just be happy to see something other than swords clashing. All right, so here are the discs for The Bride from Hell and Heroes 2. I wonder if Heroes 2's any sort of relation to Brothers 5. The titles are kind of similar. All right, let's check out the posters. All right, so there's The Bride from Hell and Heroes 2. Pretty cool. So from reading the back, it seems like The Bride from Hell is somewhat of a Exorcist type film and was made before The Exorcist came out, so that's pretty neat. A mystery thriller apparently, so we might get some kung fu and horror in this. It'd be neat, but hopefully it's better than The Boxer's Omen, because we all know how that went. Yikes. And then Heroes 2, directed by Lau Kar Leung, and has, again, Alexander Fu Sheng in it. So hopefully there's some pretty cool hand-to-hand combat in that one. I'll be looking forward to seeing these 2 films. They both seem fairly interesting from the premises alone. And the last case in this box set contains The Flying Guillotine and the Dragon Missile. So that's neat. I've heard tons of good things about The Flying Guillotine. And the Dragon Missile just sounds intriguing alone based on the title. Maybe it'll be as good as Dragon Swamp. And maybe also less sword fighting. But who knows? We'll see. There's the back here. Let's check out the discs. There is the Flying Guillotine and the Dragon Missile, which has some sort of boomerang looking thing being thrown. I guess that might be the Dragon Missile. Who knows? Let's check out the poster art though. There's the full poster art for the Flying Guillotine. Definitely a bunch of dudes are going to get decapitated in that. And then the art for Dragon Missile with that full, I don't know, scythe looking thing, which, yeah, that's probably the Dragon Missile. That's probably the weapon in question. I guess we'll see how that's utilized. But yeah, that is all of them. Not sure if I mentioned it, but Bride from Hell and Heroes 2 is from 1972 and 1973 respectively, and Dragon Missile and the Flying Guillotine are from 1975 and 1976 respectively. So yes, that is the whole set here. I am looking forward to checking this out and crossing my fingers that I enjoy this a lot more than the first set. I know I'm behind on getting these. I know there's 2 more volumes after this, and then there's like a T Lung set and a Brave Archer set that's out there. It's quite a bit to keep up with, especially when you don't have an infinite budget for entertainment. So yeah, I know I'm a bit behind with volume 2, the gray volume of the Shaw Brothers classics from Shout Factory, but hopefully I've spiked your interest and maybe let a couple of more of you viewers out there know about its existence, and will maybe encourage you to pick a copy up yourself. If you already have this set, let me know what you think of it in the comments section below. Did you find that this has still quite a lot of sword fighting? Does it pick up in the hand-to-hand combat later on throughout the set? Which ones did you enjoy most? Are you going to be picking up all of the other sets as well? Do you have kids and do you sit down and watch Kung Fu flicks with them? Because I know that if they pique my kids' interest every now and then, they'll come by and be like, what are you watching? What are those weird noises? So yeah, looking forward to checking this out. And if it's good enough, which it'll probably be better than the first one, I will probably eventually do some sort of ranking of it as I do with these box sets and give my thoughts a little bit more in depth of each movie. So yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, Shei Shei, Na Shin, and Wanan.
We should run. We should hide. We should kick their butts.